Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead, and time for another struggle meal. Now this meal, actually, my mom made all the time, and I absolutely loved it. And I didn't make it for a really long time, until a few years ago, because I just never did. Now, this actually was a big time Southern meal. I never knew that. I wasn't born down south, so didn't think anything of it. Every meal that I'm going to make this week will be under $5. Now, if you choose to add things to it and it brings it up in price, then that's on you. But most of them are staying between $3 and $5 a day. So, and by the way, Kroger, starting tomorrow, has a big buy one, get one free. And if you have a Fresh Time near you, they have a really huge buy one, get one free. So, that's when you could buy it. Buy one to use, buy one to put into your pantry. Now I'm using elbow macaronis, a whole package of them. And because we'll have some for Tom for tomorrow, and I'll have some for leftovers for me. Because this is one thing I don't let go to waste. I don't send it off to other people because we do really love it. So now, you don't have to use as much onion as I'm going to use, but when you're not adding a lot of flavor to something, I think that adding onion is going to add a lot more flavor to it. Now, not every human being is struggling right now, but if you know people that are, send them over to my channel or some of the channels that are participating with me, and so people can see how to struggle with the struggle meals. Right now, it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. We're all spending more money on groceries. Now I'm going to add some butter to that. You could fry it in oil, but the butter actually adds flavor to it. So I like to use the butter. We're going to start that up. And I actually think I want to use that whole onion. I know that sounds crazy, but I think I'm going to use the whole onion. And if you can afford this month to, donate to your local food pantries, food banks, by all means, please do. You got that extra stuff hanging around that you know you're not going to use, send it off to the pantry because there is someone that will use it. Because a lot of those are, you go in and shop for yourself, so you can determine if it's something that you would use. Because there's not going to be a whole lot of flavorful stuff put in here. I mean, you can put whatever you want. I think I'll actually grab some garlic powder, but it's basically a salt and pepper dish. Alrighty. Now, normally my mom, she always gave us bologna with this meal. And at $5.49 a pound right now, I'm not doing bologna. Tom's not the biggest fan, but he will eat it. But I had in my freezer those Smokies that I paid, I think it was 99 cents for. We're going to use a package of those instead. So this way it's not a meatless meal. I tried to find plain hot dogs, and I don't think I have any. Not in this freezer anyway, so maybe somewhere else. In another freezer or something. I have like 5 packages of these, which are fine because actually I like them better than I do hot dogs. And I'm not going to use buns with these either. But if you don't have buns at home, do like us kids that grew up in the 70s and the 60s, and bread works well for everything. I thought it was raining, but it's just the Just the trees out there making some noise. Alrighty. And then you can boil these, of course, but I'm going to actually fry mine a little bit. Because I think it tastes better than boiling. And I never thought that as a kid, because we boiled everything. Alright, so I'm going to get those onions cooked down. And these noodles are getting really, really close. And then I'll be right back. So now we're going to use a large can of tomatoes, diced however you want them. I'm using a quart of my tomatoes. And we're going to pour those in with the onions. And just kind of get that mixed up and warmed up. All that good stuff. Oh yeah. And I'm going to add a little bit, oops, not that side, of garlic powder in it. Because like I say, you know, your spices can really make or break your meal. Then we're going to add, in this I add a lot of pepper, because basically all you have is onions and tomatoes. So I use a lot of pepper in this one. And then, of course, before you serve it to your family, you're going to give it a check then, too. Now, I do use salted butter, but I do not add salt to my tomatoes. So we're going to add a little bit of that to it, too. There. And we're just going to get that warmed up. Alright, so now we're going to take that tomato concoction and we're going to put it right in with those noodles. Let's get that put over there. And then on the southern recipe that I was actually looking at, it said there is a secret ingredient, and that's your good old ketchup. So I'm gonna follow along with that. I've never added the ketchup, so let's do it. That'd definitely make it more tomatoey, right? You know, you never realize, like, did your mom make it because it was so easy? Or did she make it because they were broke? You know what I mean? And back then you could buy bring bologna and it was really cheap. So, you know, you have to wonder why they did it. Did they do it because it was easy, because it was good, or because it was just cheap? And I think we all liked it, so, you know, could have been a little bit of all. So let's take a taste of it, see if we need to add any more spices to it. Could use a little bit more pepper. And you really can't taste that ketchup much. Not that you can't taste it at all, but not that much. And I'm going to add just a little bit more salt. That's why I don't add salt to any of my canned goods, my vegetables and stuff, because I'll spice it up later. And you never know what you're going to use it for. And even though salt is an issue for me, it could be for a lot of people. That's the one thing I was actually low on. Alright, so let me plate this up and show you what it looks like. Alright, so here we go. Here's Tom's. I got his lunch packed already. And mine. And obviously, if you have a bigger family, spread those hot dogs out more. But there's quite a bit left, actually. I might even ask Courtney if she wants some for tomorrow for lunch. Now that I added the salt and pepper more to it. Perfect. So less than $5. Depends on how much you stretch it out. You can feed between, you know, 3 to 5, 6 people. Depends on how big an appetite you have. So I'll be back when Tom gets home, and we'll take a taste test. Hi, Tom.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm alright.
There's dinner.
I smashed my thumb again today.
I know, you got a big bruise on as it is. Let me see it. He's got a bruise right there all the way around where he smashed it before. And then he smashed it again today. You got to stop doing that.
Well, yeah, it hurts. Yeah, I finally remembered how I did it. Now I know how I did it. I'll try to keep from doing that again.
That's probably a good idea.
That's pretty good.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Polish dogs there. What do you think?
Pretty Polish.
Winner, winner. Cheap dinner.
Cheap dinner.
Well, we're doing struggle meals, so...
Yeah, we're going to be struggling for a while now. We have one in our car.
I know, but we'll make it. Everything will be fine.
Nothing I can do about it.
Nope. Alrighty, so we're going to let the hungry man eat. You guys have a blessed night. Be a blessing, and goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
You guys have a great night.